Can I get you guys to talk once?
Test 1 2 3. 1 2 3.
All right. How am I sounding to
Today's
you
secret
guys?
word is red. I hear the scratchy.
Okay.
Yep.
Sounds good to me.
Hmm.
I just need to bring my... Why are my levels down pretty much? I don't know why.
Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Come on and pull up a chair.
You got to talk about that one.
It is. I really hope. If you guys haven't seen it, I really hope I sell you on it.
All right, so
I
the
don't think it's
order...
going to be a hard sell.
The order is me, Devin, and then that.
Okay.
And then we'll get into Hot Tub Time Machine. All
Cool.
right. Are we ready to do this, boys?
Let's do it.
Mhm.
Devin, you never sent me that script for the thing.
I can't find it. You know what? I'm just gonna have to write it because I remember a couple of scenes. Do you want me to tell you the plot of it?
No, I want you to write it so I can do it.
God damn it. Okay, I'll at least write one of the scenes out.
So my niece has been messaging me a lot, and so today she messaged me because she's excited for her birthday party this weekend. I just sent her a voice recording, just me saying how.
I love it. Did she see the new one?
No, but I did.
I can't wait to hear about it.
All right, let's get into it, shall we?
Do it.
Hey everybody, welcome to You Have to Watch This podcast. I'm Alan,
I'm Ryan.
And I'm Devin.
and today we're going to be throwing on our swimsuits, going to the ski lodge, and jumping into the hot tub time machine. Stares into the camera. Before we get each week here on You Have to Watch This podcast, we make each other watch movies that at least one of us has never seen before. Today it was my pick, so I had the guys both watch Hot Tub Time Machine for the very first time. So we're going to get into that here a little bit later, but before we do that, we like to talk about things we've watched in pop culture over the last week or so. I missed most of last week's episode, which was our Mission Impossible Lilo and Stitch episode.
We call it the duplicity of man.
Yes.
The episode.
So, because I had done the prep work and rewatched Lilo and Stitch and Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, I went to the theaters twice this weekend. And I spent a good chunk of my 3-day weekend at the movie theater because one of the movies took up most of the day because it was like
Which
3.5 hours long. Do you really think they made a 3.5 hour version of Lilo and Stitch?
One could only hope.
No, Mission
It's the only way
Impossible.
it should be.
Mission Impossible, the final reckoning came out this weekend, so I went to the theaters to see it. Because I saw Dead Reckoning in theaters, so I was like, I'm gonna go see this one. I've got a gift card; it'll be worth it. And then 2 hours and 49 minutes later, I came out of the theater, and that's not with trailers or commercials. So,
Wow.
guys, do you like Tom Cruise running?
He has such like perfect running posture. Like he is straight backed. His arms are exactly like this.
Yeah.
It is a way I have never seen another human run in my whole life.
I've always thought it looked weird.
Yeah. He runs a lot in this.
Yeah.
This movie, if you like the series of Mission Impossible movies, this movie's for you. If you're a big fan, this is your endgame. If you're a casual fan like I am, this is okay. There are callbacks to other movies. They do some stuff that I really appreciated. From Mission Impossible 3, a character returns from Mission Impossible 1. They allude to that that vault heist a lot in this one, where he
Oh.
drops down from the ceiling. And then they ignore a bunch of the other sequels and don't talk about anything that happened in them at all.
So wait, Rogue Nation is just not addressed.
The Jeremy Renner's does not exist.
What about
At all.
Henry Cavill cocking his fists?
No, sadly. Henry
Damn it.
Cavill was written out of another franchise, just like Superman.
No.
This was fun. I don't know if I would ever watch it again without a break. But if you like Mission Impossible, this is for you. Tom Cruise is at his cruisiest here. It does kind of wrap things up from the last. It wraps up the storyline from the last one very well, but it's so long. Like there were a lot of pacing issues. I'm like, okay, we can speed this up a little bit. We don't have to have him running for this long. But the cast is great. Like everyone's back. The big stunt of this one with the biplane is cool, but I can't get out of my head. Like, how did they film this? Like, where did they put the cameras? How they CG them out? Like all that kind of stuff. Any question? I don't want to get into spoilers, but any questions about this movie since you guys didn't see it?
I have a big one. Are you as
Okay.
equally pissed off at me that the last one was called Dead Reckoning Part 1 and this one isn't Dead Reckoning Part 2? They're just like, forget it. It's Final Reckoning now.
I was really hoping they would do a thing where they just change the title on Dead Reckoning Part 1, like when I watched it on Paramount Plus for the podcast
Yeah.
last week, where you guys talked about the other one instead.
Yeah.
But they didn't. So
Yeah.
it did bug me a bit. Yeah, it does bug me.
Okay, good. And is this actually the last one?
Probably. The last one with Tom Cruise, I think, at least.
Does it bear some
buddy.
resemblance to the most recent James Bond movie?
No.
Oh,
In
okay. Gotcha.
ways, yes. In other ways, no.
Okay, got it.
You
Got
can
it.
tell you can tell it's a swan song without some things happening.
Okay.
I will say, this was the busiest I've seen a movie theater in years. I think since COVID. I don't think a lot of that was for Mission Impossible because my theater was not anywhere near full. We'll talk about that later. But the theater I went to did have merch for this movie, so I bought the cup.
Oh, that's so cool. Is that binoculars?
It is binoculars, so I can like zoom in. And not only that, it's got do it. Come on, do the thing. Do the thing. It's got a black light.
Do they like enhance anything, or are they just two pieces of glass?
Oh no, they actually enhance it a little bit. But like I had to tell the clerk at the counter that they're actually binoculars because they didn't know. I think I was the first person to buy them all weekend.
Oh no! What did they think was on top of it?
But I want to show you guys something because this black light's pretty cool. And I don't get to play with a black light too often, so I wanted to show you how cool this Batman looks under the black light.
That is very cool.
And my Independence Day spaceship back here.
Is that Megazord down there too?
That's a Megazord, yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I like how many fluorescent things you have on your shelf.
Oh yeah, there we go. It does a thing where it pops out.
It's so freaking cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Looks like a spy toy from the late 90s.
Yes.
great.
It's
Did you-
exactly what it is. So
Did you all get the Home Alone 2 spy toy kit?
no.
Oh,
Did you?
No.
yeah. I had the recorder that he has.
The Talk Boy? Do you know how much
Yeah.
those go for now?
How much?
Hundreds of dollars.
That's stupid.
That
No, it's
makes
not.
sense. It makes
That's true.
It's not.
Uh, I have one last question about this movie, Alan.
Yes.
If Tom Cruise tells you where he's going, is it even holiday?
Huh?
That was his first line from Mission Impossible 2. the nearest and dearest to my heart. After he gets his mission brief, he goes, "If I tell you where I'm going, is it even holiday?" And then he throws the sunglasses at the camera, and then they explode into the opening credits.
You reminded me of
Appropriate answer.
so before the movie started,
Mhm.
Tom Cruise pops on screen and talks about how it's great that you're here seeing it in the cinema, and I was so tempted to walk out then and there. Like I was like, okay, no, I don't
want
need this
this.
from you, Tom. Like I was really expecting a pitch for Scientology, like right then and there, like.
Oh, oh.
But no, it was just like, for the love of cinema, like, thank you for coming and seeing this in theaters, like it was
Aw.
meant to be seen. And it's like, I don't need you this close to the camera, Tom. Like, back up a bit.
Was he like weirdly close to the camera? Like,
Yeah.
oof,
And,
no
I,
thanks.
and I was in like the front section because there were people, and I was like, I'll sit in the back row of the front. So I get like I didn't see it in IMAX, but that's the closest I'll get, is like sitting towards the front.
Good call.
But yeah, so my theater wasn't completely full because everyone else was at the theater going to see the live action Lilo and Stitch, which I also saw. And I enjoyed it. I don't
Yeah?
have the problems with it that the internet does. Because I think the internet decided not to stay through the post credits. And it's not even like that long into the credits. Like there's a scene and people are like upset about a thing that they changed in the ending. Like it's still the same message. Like they tweak it a little bit, but do we want to get into spoilers for the live action Lilo and Stitch?
Can we spoil the live action Lilo and Stitch?
Yeah, we
I don't
can.
care. Ryan, do you care?
I don't care because I know.
Okay. So I will say, before we spoil it, if people don't want to hear, I did enjoy this. It's different. It loses a bit of the charm of the original because it's not as colorful. It doesn't have the watercolor backgrounds. It's not. Hawaii just looks kind of dull in this because it's not.
That's impressive.
Yeah, like I don't know how you make Hawaii not look impressive, but it's just like we're gonna just stick to the touristy parts and not really focus on the wonder of Hawaii, which I was surprised by. Hawaiian roller coaster ride gave me chills. I did like that whole sequence. The CG was good. Like Stitch looked great. A weird connection between both of these movies is that Hannah Waddingham from Ted Lasso was in both. Like,
Oh,
so she had a really good weekend at the box office. But so the ending of the live action Lilo and Stitch. This is your spoiler warning if you don't want the ending spoiled. The whole movie deals with Nani not being able to support Lilo and like the threat of her being taken away by CPS.
yeah.
At the end of the movie, their neighbor and David's grandmother takes Lilo in and decides to watch after Lilo so Nani can go to school and study marine biology. There's been a whole discussion about how that changes the meaning of Ohana from the original film.
No.
And the way I see it is she doesn't want to, like, she does everything she can to support Lilo and keep everything, like, do everything she can to support her and puts everything on hold for herself. And then at the end of the film, like, at a certain point, Lilo's going away to go to foster care. And she agrees to that because she's left with no other choice. But then they're given this like, at that point, she's up against the wall. There's nothing else she can do. They come up with a solution of the grandmother taking, like, David's grandmother taking her in and watching after her so she can go to school. And Lilo tells her to go. I want you to go with what mom and dad would have wanted. Like, that's still Ohana.
Mm-hmm.
They add to Ohana means family and nobody gets left behind or forgotten. Like,
Right.
they add to it. Like, it doesn't take away from the message of the first film. It tweaks it a little bit and says, yes, Ohana is important, but you can't always put others before yourself, because not.
I mean,
like
yeah.
you have like if that's what if Lilo is happy, then Nani deserves to be happy too.
yeah, it's not. It's important, and don't sacrifice everything for that. Like it should be mutually supportive for everyone.
Yeah.
And also, I think it speaks to extended family, right?
Yeah.
Like, not just your blood relatives, but chosen family as well, which is just as important, if not more so.
Which is also the message
And
of the first
that-
film,
yeah.
because that's what
Yeah.
Stitch is there for them.
Yeah, and it's from what Alan was saying about how the internet is like on fire over this. I'm seeing corners of the internet that are normally like at each other's throats, like in their own world point of view, not liking this, either from like it's supposed to be, internal family, not external family, and then you got the opposite of, it's like they're bringing up economic reasons, social political reasons. It's funny. Like, people that are normally like at each other's throats, I've seen post not liking this from their own point of view, and it's weird. It's weird.
Uniting people.
I saw somebody
Yeah,
post.
it's weird.
I saw somebody post that the director said that they did change the ending because of capitalism. I'm like, that's not why they changed the ending. Like, that has nothing to do with it at all. Like, you're just making things up to light a fire and get people to boycott Disney.
Yeah,
They're thing. That's really all it is. They're just trying to
Yeah.
get clicks and views by being,
that's it.
Yeah.
causing problems. That's all it is.
But I enjoyed this. Zach Galifianakis makes some choices, but
He's in it.
oh yeah, he's Jumba.
Is he Jumba?
Yeah.
It's so cool. Wait,
They,
did they cut Bubbles?
No, he's in it too.
Okay. Wait, what was the post credit then that like people didn't stay for to
Oh.
resolve it?
So they do this whole thing where Jumba has a portal gun, like from Portal.
What?
Yeah, which is fun because Stitch gets a hold of it, and like Stitch is like playing with portals in like the final
That's
fight
cool.
when Jumba's chasing him, because Jumba becomes the bad guy.
What?
Yeah, like he's the one flying off with Lilo at the end.
So they don't have the big.
No,
I don't know. I
he's
forget what his
not in it.
name even
Yeah.
was.
No.
Wow.
They
No.
don't have him in it.
Huh.
But there's this portal gun, and at the end of the movie, they reveal that she took the gun with her to college and can just portal back to the house whenever she wants. So it's like, okay, like, what's the problem here? Like, she's right there.
Yeah, that's the dream. That you can
Yeah.
portal places.
Yeah. The other complaint, the one complaint I have about this movie is they could have used more Elvis.
Really? How much
could-
Elvis was in it?
Yeah.
Not enough. Like there was a little bit, but
Yeah.
it could have used some more. Yeah.
It was Lilo's like whole personality was
Yeah.
Elvis. Like,
I mean, it's there, but it could have used a little bit more.
Anything more than a dash of Elvis that's not directly about him is too much Elvis for
Okay. Well, I made sure to listen to Elvis the whole way back from the theater after I saw this.
me.
just in spite. You're like, Ryan hates this. I know it.
Since I didn't get to show it off last week for the show, my Lilo and Stitch Hawaiian shirt.
I love it. I think it's incredible. Your
Mhm.
collection of
Ohana.
Hawaiian shirts never ceases to amaze.
My collection of Hawaiian shirts is on pause. I have a problem. I'm aware of the problem, and I need to stop, guys. We're gonna play a game. How many Hawaiian shirts has Alan bought in the last 72 hours?
72 hour too.
Yes. Ryan, what's your guess?
5.
It's 3 and a pair of swim trunks.
There's so many Hawaiian shirts.
Yes.
What are the themes? Are they like similarly Stitch themed, or are they like?
They're themed. I don't want to give them
Oh,
all
no.
away because one of them I will be wearing on the show here soon.
Oh, I can't wait.
I will be wearing Hawaiian shirts every podcast the rest of the summer.
I have
So,
one. I can wear my one every podcast.
I have so many. I made a list of how many I have today, and like I need to stop. But
Own it, man. You're
Yeah.
just Hawaiian shirt guy now. It's you.
yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. That's just all I'm
Good.
gonna wear for the summer. Like I have enough that I could rotate through, do laundry every 2 weeks, and still be okay.
I'm so impressed.
Yeah.
Just nothing but impressed.
I'm looking for support groups if you know one. But Devin, did you go to the theaters?
I did go to the theaters. Tom Cruise didn't thank me for doing it though, so I feel ripped off.
What'd you see?
I saw Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts.
Oh, sorry. I saw the new Avengers.
Oh, how was it?
That one it was really good. I don't know if so. I proposed two things before we watch this, and I didn't finish the other ones. We didn't talk about it yet. But genuinely, it like reignited my excitement about Marvel a little bit because it was good. It was good. It wasn't it wasn't what I expected. And genuinely, I think the design of the bad guy of this movie is very cool.
Mm-hmm.
And not spoilers, but kind of spoilers for the ending. Typically, I'm not a fan of defeating the boss with a group hug, but you know what? It worked.
I got into a conversation with somebody recently, and they were like, "Yeah, ever since this is their exact words. Ever since Disney bought Marvel after Endgame, it feels like all of the fights end with them just talking the villain down and hugging them at the end." And I'm like, okay, there's a lot of things wrong with that sentence.
Yeah.
Marvel
I thought this was the only one.
Disney bought Marvel years ago, before Endgame. They did Endgame. Like we're talking like 10 years before Endgame. They had pretty much had.
Who's this
Marvel.
person? Can we get them on the podcast?
No.
I feel like we need two more podcasts.
This was in public, so it's not like I was like, okay, I'm gonna jump in here because I need to clarify something. But I was like, no, they've definitely killed some villains since Endgame.
Yeah.
They killed Wanda. They killed the Hive Evolutionary. There's a lot of things wrong with that sentence, but there have been a few, like Spider-Man. They do talk the villains down and make them good. Like that's about it. But the Spider-Man before that, they pull a Taylor Swift and kill Jake Gyllenhaal with a bridge. So
they do. It was actually really good.
Yeah,
that worked on many levels, Alan.
Yes,
well done.
It did. But yeah, I was like, no, like Thunderbolts, like it works. Like the ending works they earn that ending here. So,
and everybody in the cast is just so charming. Every single person is. I love David Harbour. I love the whole cast. And I was upset about like a team up movie again because we've done Avengers, so it wouldn't feel fresh and different. And I'm just so glad that like they got to the punchline of, hey, we're all here in this room together and all set up like that. Because if they spent more than 2 minutes going, why are we all here? I'd walk out of the theater. But they get to the punchline quick, and it's exactly what I wanted out of a movie like this, which was very, very cool. Yeah. And it made me want to now watch Red Hulk movie, Captain America. And because of that, I also then started watching Daredevil, because I'm like kind of weirdly back in Marvel now. So like after the movie, I was like, what did I miss?
Did you watch Agatha All Along?
I did.
Okay. Did you watch? I'm trying to think what else came out.
I haven't seen Loki season 2.
Okay. You.
I heard I should. I heard I should.
Absolutely. Although since that's like not in the actual timeline of things, you can put that in wherever before Doomsday, since they pushed that back to December now.
Oh wow!
Next
okay.
year, which I'm happy about because it gives them more time to work on it. I was like, how are you going to make a movie this big in less than a year?
Yeah.
So I don't.
I also haven't seen the Marvels.
I like the Marvels. Like that's a fun.
I heard it's good. I heard it's fun.
It's a fun watch. It's not groundbreaking. It's not an A24 film. It's a Nick Fury with space cats.
Who doesn't love that? Who doesn't love it?
Ryan,
Yes.
you got to watch a documentary.
Yes. So this is one that I've been looking forward to for like a month now. So on HBO Max, they did a two-part documentary for Pee-wee. Ronald, what's his last name? Can't remember. They say it several times.
Herman.
What?
Ronald, I don't know who
No.
Ronald is.
No, the real guy.
Pee-wee,
Paul Rubens.
the actor that is Pee-wee.
Paul Rubens.
Paul Rubens. Okay,
There it
that's
is.
where that was coming from. Okay, so he got in contact with the guy that directed it and did 40 hours of interviews. And when they were doing, and when HBO was doing the documentary, they had no idea that he was struggling with the health issue that he had. So they didn't even know that he was,
Wow.
that he was battling cancer. And the only way that I know how to sell this, if you liked Pee-wee as a kid, regardless of what you think of him now, you need to see this documentary. It is almost 3 hours long, maybe 3.5 hours long total. About 15 to 20 minutes into it, I looked at Kristen and was like, I thought I knew more about this guy than I did. Apparently, I knew nothing. They go timeline through his life. You can tell that interviewing him was a pain in the ass for the director, and they show that. But it doesn't look bad on him. It's just he's a private guy. He wanted to keep his private life private, and it wasn't. And it ends with video that he took himself that he submitted a day before he passed away.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And it is emotional.
I bet.
He did this for one simple reason, and he explains it in that last video clip as to why he did this. It brought back a ton of memories of watching the show as a kid. I had a Pee Wee Herman doll, like and I'm gonna screw up this word.
The pull string.
Not the pull string one, but like the one where he can move his mouth.
Dummy.
Jeffrey
Ventriloquist?
Dunham.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
I totally get you. Yeah.
So like, I had one of those when I was a kid. I had the little like action figure of him
Sure.
when I was a kid. And yeah, I highly recommend this for everyone to watch. Watch it however you can.
I'm gonna have to now. I mean, you sold me on
Yeah.
it. I know. I have the weirdest relationship to Pee Wee's Playhouse because I never watched the movie, by the way, which you guys should make me watch the movie. I think. Did we do it for the
I think-
podcast?
You've never watched Pee Wee's Big Adventure?
Big Adventure.
No, never. So there's that.
Ryan, do
that
you
you
want to
know
change your
about
pick
me.
for next week?
I
Ryan,
know
think-
the red bike, and I know like the dance he does, and that's it. Like those are like the two things.
Ryan, did you just change your pick for next week?
And then this is
You
gonna.
know what?
This may
You know what?
actually, yeah.
My birthday's coming up.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my next pick 4 as my birthday pick.
Nice.
Would it be okay with you guys if we just did both the movie that I wanted us to do originally and that one, and we'll do like
Yeah.
a double feature on the show?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the only Pee Wee's Playhouse I've ever actually watched was when Adult Swim picked it up, and I watched it religiously at 1 a.m. as a teen.
That makes a lot of sense.
Doesn't it? Doesn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I mean I can't recommend this enough. and like I said, like it just it makes me view everything he did a little bit differently and a little bit deeper. After watching the show, Kristen and I brought up 2 random episodes from Playhouse. We watched that, and then we watched Adventure
Aw.
afterwards, just because it had us in the mood. Like, it was just one of those things where it was like, this is someone that both of us grew up with. So, like,
Mhm.
you know. But yeah.
I love that. I really love that.
Now, this is on my list too. I just had being in the theater all day Saturday watching Mission Impossible. I didn't get a chance to watch anything else.
Yeah. Understood.
But yeah, okay, cool. Well, let's get into today's main topic. The 2010 film Hot Tub Time Machine.
Oh God.
This is a movie about 4 guys who travel through time using a hot tub. Have you guys hadn't seen this before, right?
No.
No.
All right,
No.
Okay. So I saw this film back when I was in college. This came out, and the trailer was viral because in the trailer, this film stars John Cusack, Rob Corddry, Craig Robinson, and Clark Duke. Craig Robinson's character looks at the hot tub and says, after they time travel, he's like, it must be some sort of hot tub time machine, and just looks at the trailer. And
I love it.
College Alan thought that was the funniest joke, enough to get a bunch of people to go see this in the theater. So we went to see this in the theater, and I haven't seen it since. But I recently caught it on Max on one of their live streams that they have, like their live channels, and I was like, you know what? I need to get the guys to watch this because this is entertaining enough that I think there's some things we can talk about in here. And then I have an extra bonus surprise story to tell you guys about this movie. So
Okay.
I would love to hear your thoughts on Hot Tub Time Machine, guys. What did you think of the cinematic
Devin,
classic
I'm pushing it to you.
Hot Tub Time Machine?
Yeah. I mean, it's a fun movie. I think it might have been one of those movies where all of its best bits may have been in the trailer, where I think I picked up on remembering a lot of it, like the hot tub time machine right down the barrel, or Craig Robinson running around going, "What year is it? Quick, what color is Michael Jackson?" Which, like, I loved. I love that as a joke. I forgot or didn't know that Chevy Chase and Crispin Glover were in this movie, and I love both of them. I love the running gag with them. There was a lot to like about this movie. There was also a lot of it that's very, like, of its time.
Yeah.
Like, this kind of movie came out quite a lot around then, and I think I can see how it got lost in some of that noise. And I would love to talk about which movies from that era surfaced more or had the staying power that I'm not sure that this one does. I don't know if it does. I don't know how people remember this movie it's fondly or not, but we're talking about it, and it's 2025, so maybe it does.
Yes. Ryan, tell us how much you hated this movie.
Honestly, I didn't hate it. I actually really quite enjoyed it.
Okay.
The reason why I stayed away from it is because, just like Devin said, around 2008 to like 2011, or like even like I would say even starting like 2004, there was a type of comedy that was coming out, and it was like everyone that had comedy chops was trying to make this type of a movie, and it just got lost in the noise for me. And it didn't help that no one in this movie, on their own or put together, gave me any extra interest in this at all, because all I saw was a cast of people that I like when they're with someone else, and those people, for all of the actors in this, were not in this movie. So it was just like one of those. It was one of those that kind of just like fell on the wayside. And I watched this twice.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
All right. So part of the reason I wanted to have this movie as our next one is like the last time I was on the show. We had a very long conversation about the ethics of AI and a deep conversation about all that stuff. So I have some questions for you guys about situations if we were to do time travel. So be prepared for those coming up here soon.
Yeah.
I do agree with you, Devin. A lot of the best moments from this are from the trailer. The Hot Tub Time Machine, the What Color is Michael Jackson? And yeah, there were a lot of comedies that were in this vein back in 2010. This is the list of the comedy movies that came out. Get Him to the Greek, Grown Ups, MacGruber, Kick Ass, Easy A, Tucker and Dale versus Evil, Death at a Funeral, the American one. The other guys, there were Scott Pilgrim, Super, like there were The Losers, like there's a lot of different comedies that all kind of blended. Like the number of posters that just have the same yellow color with like bold text is surprising. But and there was nobody in this that really jumped out to me to go see this at the time because I didn't really know Craig Robinson from anything besides The Office and Rod Corddry from The Daily Show. There was no big comedy draws here. It was just that joke that drew me in. I didn't know. I think I maybe knew that Chevy Chase was in it. I didn't know Crispin Glover was in it.
Right.
But Crispin Glover, he has the best joke in that whole movie. Like his whole storyline. So if you haven't seen the film, the group of high school friends reunite and travel back to a ski lodge where they had gone in their high school days to reminisce about the old days and to reconnect and end up time traveling back to the weekend that they went there in the 80s. When they're in the present day, they meet Crispin Glover, who is like the bellhop, and he has one arm, and he's a complete dick. Just throwing the luggage everywhere, asking for a tip. But the main thing is he has one arm. When they travel back to the 80s, he has both arms. So there's a running gag in the whole film about how is he going to lose his arm. So at one point, he's juggling chainsaws. At one point, he's holding onto them all as they're about to fall off a building. He gets stuck in an elevator that's going up and down with his arm sticking out. You don't know how he's going to lose his arm the whole time. It's the best joke in the whole movie because Rod Corddry's character Lou is just like, don't take this away from me. I want to see this. It's the best joke of the whole movie. And that leads me to my story about this movie. Have I told you guys about the time I met Crispin Glover?
No.
Please tell me you checked if his arm was real.
I did not.
When did you meet Crispin Glover?
So when I was in college, Crispin Glover is a filmmaker and a poet, and he brought one of his films to Penn State and did a poetry reading. I will say this: his film was best described as handicap porno. It was very disturbing. It was very uncomfortable. The friend that went with me, I have not spoken to since that day because neither of us knew what we were getting into. But he did a poetry reading afterwards, talked about the film, did a Q&A. People asked about Back to the Future. And then afterwards, for free, he was doing a signing. So everyone in line had the Back to the Future trilogy for him to sign.
Of course they did.
And I'm like, you're idiots. He's only in the first one. Why do you have the whole trilogy? Like that's dumb. I'm also a broke college kid, and I know I'm going to get Crispin Glover's autograph. And I didn't feel like buying his book. So I worked at Walmart at the time. So I go to the DVD section, and what do I find? In the $5 bin, but Hot Tub Time Machine. So I got Hot Tub Time Machine autographed by Crispin Glover.
Yes.
The look on Crispin Glover's face when, after signing 20 copies of the Back to the Future trilogy, and then this pops up, was priceless. Because he wasn't expecting to ever sign a copy of Hot Tub Time Machine.
I love. What does it say? What did he write?
So he wrote, he says, "For Alan, thank you for tonight. Everything is fine," which is the name of his film. From Crispin, Haley, and Glover.
Aww.
Yeah.
I love it.
And I never even
That's
opened the DVD.
Wait, did you open it now for the podcast? Is this like
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, it's them and their past selves. So yeah,
That's cool.
yeah, that's
a really cool story.
See, my favorite joke in the movie has to do with him, but it's not like that running gag, or it's not something that he says. I don't know what the one actor's name. I think it's the one from The Office. No, not The Office. It's the one from the Anchorman movies.
Rob Caudry.
Yeah, because it's when they get there and he's being a jerk, and he says, "You don't have to be a dick because you can't give an applause."
Oh my!
Because he can't.
He is at him the entire way down that hallway too. He's not being nice to Crispin Glover and his handicap.
Yeah.
Oh man, when I
He's-
heard that part, like it was great. It was just the best thing.
Lou in this movie is like one of the most unlikable characters. Like
Yes.
he's such
He is
a
he is.
jackass. And
Well, yeah, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay, so one of the reasons why I don't typically like movies like this is because the guy who's the jerk, the one who's the ass, usually ends up being right. He's the one that's a jerk, and all of like his stuff panned out, and like everything goes their way. So it just reinforces the whole thing of like, it's like, be a jerk, it works out. Nothing works out for this guy. He is a
Yeah.
complete jerk. He is foul-mouthed, and the worst things happen to him.
Yes.
So like
Very much
the things
so.
he jokes about, he ends up actually doing. And that balanced out for me. So I'm like, okay, he's a jerk, but he's getting it in the end. Like he is getting trashed throughout this entire movie. So that balanced that part of it out.
Yeah.
And this movie didn't take itself seriously at all. Like the tone of looking at the camera and saying Hot Tub Time Machine, that's the feeling of the movie. So like that's why this movie's kind of like the exception to what I would normally be into. So that's where, yeah.
Well, it's fair,
Yeah.
and that's what drew me to it too. Is the fact that the movie kind of understands exactly what movie it is. Like
Yeah.
it knows why you're in the theater or why you're watching the movie. It knows what it's doing, and it really doesn't
Yeah.
hold back in terms of it.
And you get that from the title of it. Like that's why John Cusack joined the movie. Is just the title of Hot Tub Time Machine. You know exactly what kind of movie you're going into.
I also very much liked the opening pan of like hot tubs throughout history. I just thought like, because I mean, I don't know, stupid me was like, I guess hot tubs have been around forever, and like it's not something I really thought about.
Yeah.
Can I tell my Craig Robinson story quick?
You have a Craig
It's
Robinson
nowhere
story?
near your Crispin. It's nowhere
Okay.
near your Crispin Glover story. By
Okay.
the way,
Okay.
I can't name names. I can't name locations. Craig Robinson doesn't know this was happening, but I was trying very hard to hook Craig Robinson and my boss up for months because they lived together. So I kept trying to meet at her flat and like keep her in like public areas around his view. And I'd be like, hey, next time you see Craig Robinson, tell him this. Or like, hey, here's a quote from Craig Robinson that you should quote back at him. And I think it never worked out. But they lived together in the same apartment complex for a while, and I thought it was very fun.
Did you try to get them to say, "Hey, want to come up to my place? I've got a hot tub time machine."
No, because it was too on the nose. I was doing like deep pull office quotes from when like he was trying to like flirt with the other lady from the warehouse. Like those were the kinds of quotes I would have my boss say. Uh, it never worked out. I only saw him in passing. I saw him like walking to his car while I was like, "Can we stop by your place quick?" Because we all knew why I wanted to be there. And I like
Yeah.
saw him. I was like, "Is that him?" She's like, "Yeah, it's Greg. He's going to his car." I'm like, "Introduce me," and she never did.
Yeah.
But I tried. I tried, Greg. I tried.
Um. So he has a moment in the movie where he has a breakdown and calls his wife in the past, who is 9 years old. So my first question for you guys is, if you were to time travel back to high school and you got a phone call, who are you going to call?
In high school. High school, who do I call?
Yes.
Ooh, oh boy, okay.
I'll go first.
Yeah, go.
I have no idea. I honestly, I would probably call my grandfather.
I love that. Yeah.
Originally, I was going to say my aunt, but in high school, she had passed away by then too. But I'd probably call my grandfather and just be like, ask questions that I never got to ask. But
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. I don't want to crap out and give the same answer. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say that I'm going to use it. No, I know what I would do. If I was going back in time and I could call anyone, I would call Mr. B while I was standing in his office. Because that would be my favorite kind of prank.
Well, here's the thing. Like, hot tub time machine time travel rules. You are your younger self.
Oh, I am my younger self. That's
Yes.
right. I'd still call him. It would still be him. I would still find a way to parlay me pulling weird little pranks on my band director into the hot tub time machine. Because if I had to reenact my high school self, that is undoubtedly what I was doing that summer anyway.
You know what you do? You tell him. So it has to be before the Phillies won the World Series in, like, what was it?
Yes.
2008.
Yes.
You have to tell him exactly what happens. Like, you don't even have to call him. You can just be like, "Hey, this is what's going to happen." Like, get all that info before you go. And then tell him, "Put money on this and split it with me." Like,
yes. That's it. That's what I do. And then I'm the one with the yacht and long hair at the end of the movie.
yes.
Good. No, that's a good call.
Ryan, how about you?
No.
Okay.
The hard question.
Yeah.
It is a hard question because, I mean, like, you got, like, I don't know.
Would you call Kristen?
No. Because, okay, so the thing in the movie, it works because of the context of, like, everything that goes down with that. So I wouldn't want to do anything that would, like, damage or subvert any type of, like, stuff going on in the future. So I wouldn't want to even, like, touch that. Wait. I wouldn't even want to touch that is with a 10-foot pole. Younger self.
But the other part is, in the rules of this movie, you can subvert the future, and that's just fine. Because they all do it.
Yeah.
Everyone does.
Yeah, I know they all do it, but nothing serious. And again, that goes with the tone of the movie. Because I'm trying to think of something that'd be, like, similarly ridiculous. Like, he straight up calls his like, who's going to be his future wife when she's 9, and literally goes on, like, an adult rant of, like, the emotions that he's actually going through at that time, and how, like, ridiculous of a situation that is. I mean, the only thing I can think of would be to, like, I don't know. Yeah, no, I can't think of anything that'd be on par with with that.
I gotta be
besides,
honest though,
like,
the best part of that scene, of the phone call scene, is when the dad gets on and he's
Yeah.
like, I forget what his name is, but he's like, "Shut up, John. This doesn't have anything to do with
Yeah.
you," or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that he just like cuts the dad off at the pass.
I'm sitting here thinking the
Mhm.
exact same thing. Like,
Yeah.
so another time travel question based
Yes.
off of Nick Weber's antics in the past. He
Mm.
performs 2 songs, Jesse's Girl, which is from the 80s, and Let's Get It Started by the Black Eyed Peas, both of which I've had on my in my iTunes music library since 2010. Like, I went in and bought those, so I've listened to those
Yes.
multiple times over the last 15 years. So my question to you guys is: you travel back to your high school self. What piece of art, music, movies, TV show, are you stealing and claiming for yourself? Like, what is your thing that you're going to make money off of?
Oh shit. Okay, I know it. I'm just gonna steal all of Bo Burnham's career. I'm gonna tell my younger self that you are going to be Bo Burnham now, and you're just going to do all of his career. And young me would have loved it. Old me loves it. That's it. That's what I would have done. That's an
So-
easy answer for me.
So you're going to compete with Bo Burnham as he's on YouTube.
Yes, but I'm gonna do it in a way that doesn't become problematic later because I know what of his stuff becomes problematic later.
Okay.
But that will be my format, and I'll get to his bits before he does.
Okay. In that vein, I could
Yeah.
probably steal the Pete Holmes Batman thing.
Oh, you totally could steal the Pete Holmes Batman thing. Yeah, 100%.
Harvey Dent, can we trust him? Like,
What comes out of a gun? Injustice.
I was a man, now I'm a bat. Like,
Yes, exactly.
Ryan, how about you?
I'm gonna get on the YouTube celebrity train faster.
Are ya?
Like, I'm gonna make sure that people like Mr. Beast can't exist because I'll be the one hogging all of that spotlight.
Well, you know what we should do? If we all travel back, we just start the podcast back then.
We start the first podcast, the first and only movie review podcast. We are the bar to which it'll be set.
Yes. And we'll be able to do it like this.
Yes.
What would really do though is a lot more boring than any of this.
was
Because
it?
I know a lot more about like how the markets move historically than I really do anything else to be able to benefit from it. So I would literally just be sitting at home making sure that I'm in this before this crashes and I'm out of that before that
Well,
happens.
that's-
and just slowly work my way up. That's really the
That's-
only thing I'm doing.
That's my next question. What are you guys investing in 2010 or what do you like 2007,
What?
2008? What are we putting our money in?
Oh man.
Bitcoin. I am like the people that like would drop like 2,000 Bitcoin for like a pizza back when like that was a thing. Like, be like, dude, just give me the 2,000 Bitcoin. I'll pay for the pizza.
Yeah.
Right.
And just
Right. Just give it to me.
Or-
I'll take it.
and just hoard. And then when it reaches its top before it started to bottom out, like sell.
Apple shares were $10. What about
Alright.
you, Alan? You can't not answer this.
No, I think Bitcoin's a good one.
Yeah.
Drone manufacturers.
Yes.
I'd
yes.
invest in that pretty early on.
That's a really good call.
And real estate while houses are cheap.
Yeah. Also that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's right. Like when I'm in high school, that's when the market crashed. So
That's right.
Yeah.
Ooh, good times.
Yeah.
Good times.
but watching this,
No,
Okay.
I did not. I did.
Good.
I did read the blurb about it though, so like I get the premise.
it's not good, guys. Like it's bad. Like it's it falls flat. Like there are some funny moments, but it loses the nostalgia jokes. It doesn't have like the fun callbacks from the 80s and like the Michael Jackson jokes because it jumps to the future to the year 2025.
Oh no, Alan.
Yeah. Which was kind of funny. They walk around at one point like, oh yeah, it's like nothing's changed. Like, yeah, nothing's really changed. But they have smart cars that drive themselves. John Cusack just isn't in the movie at all. But his son is played by Adam Scott.
Oh, that's very cool. I like him.
Yeah. And that's he's fine in it. This is in his career where he was still like pre Parks and Rec, I think.
Oh wow.
So, or no, I think he was just on Parks and Rec at this point. So
That's incredible. I mean, it was the plot like was it the same thing? They go to the future. Did they know the hot tub was going to be a time machine this time?
Yes, they did. They
Okay.
Lou gets shot, and they use the hot tub time machine to travel back a day to prevent him from being shot. But they end up
Okay.
traveling to the future instead.
Why did they assume they could control the time machine, like to where it went?
Oh, because he stole it from the ski lodge and had it in his house and had like it upgraded.
Got it. So they
So
didn't
it's
have
control.
Crispin Glover upside down in this one, or somebody playing Crispin Glover upside down
Yeah.
in this one.
Correct.
Damn it.
His arm does make a cameo though.
What?
His arm shows up. Yeah.
It's incredible. Good.
Anything else on Hot Tub Time Machine you guys want to talk about? I have one more thing going back to the original film.
What
you
is
guys
it?
Don't have anything. Do you guys know what a manic pixie dream girl is?
Yes, 100%.
A what? Sorry, I missed that.
Manic pixie dream girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we talked about that during
Have
another
we?
movie you had us watch.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Lizzie Kaplan's in this, and she's playing a textbook example of that.
She is. I mean, they even do the shot from Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind in this.
Oh yeah,
Is that intentional?
probably.
Because that's the Manic Pixie Dream Girl shot is Kate Winslet and Jim Carrey laying in the snow in the same way that those two were. Like,
Yeah,
I think the film knows what they're doing to her.
yeah. Oh, they absolutely do, and I think she knows it too.
Yeah.
But I think I mean he has the happy ending up in the future with her, which I think is still kind of cool. So and then
Yeah.
and then in the sequel, not there at all.
What?
Yeah, he's not in the sequel.
That's
So-
so weird.
They acknowledge that he's off doing it, like off on an adventure with his wife, and that's it.
I mean, it fits her character, I guess, but
His Adam Scott being his son is from his Great White Buffalo relationship in high school.
oh, it's not from April.
Correct.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wait, the one that stabbed him in the eye?
Yeah.
That took a twist.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
And that actress, did you recognize her at all? She has another famous
April or the other one?
the one who stabs him in the eye.
Oh, then no, I did not recognize her.
She's played by Lindsay Fonseca, who
Okay.
is the daughter on How I Met Your Mother.
Is she really?
Yes.
Weird.
Yeah.
No, I would not have picked that up.
And then Chevy Chase is the guy who got fired from Community. That's all I've got. That's all I got for this week in Hot Tub Time Machine.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Great White Buffalo.
Great White Buffalo.
Great White
You know,
Buffalo.
back when I saw this in college, we would say that, not knowing what it meant. And then
Oh, really?
yeah, like it was just a fun joke from the movie that we were just like, Great White Buffalo, Great White Buffalo. Like we would just do that instead of having a mysterious box labeled in the closet. We just like Great White Buffalo, Great White Buffalo.
You know what? I feel like a lot of people did that. Like I feel like I've seen that too, where people would just be like Great White Buffalo, and I didn't know what it meant. It was the same thing that like before I saw I Love You Man, people were like totes, goats, and I'm like I hate that. I hate that with every fiber of my being. Don't say that again. And even after seeing the movie, I still hate that. Don't say totes, goats around me. Don't do it.
Yeah, totes, goats, man.
Yeah, I hate it. Don't do that. It makes my skin crawl.
So Ryan, next week is your pick.
Yeah, and I was thinking about it. You know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna hold off on. I'm gonna hold off on doing the birthday card thing.
Okay.
I'll figure something out for that. But I am going to switch, and we're just gonna do Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't seen it, Devin. Like this is right up your alley. Like I'm just so surprised why you haven't seen this movie.
I wanted to say something, but I'm going to hold off. Devin, how much do you know about this movie?
I know Tim Burton directed it.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Okay.
And then I know the bike, and I know the dance.
All right. I will be watching that and probably the documentary here for next week.
Gotta watch documentary then. Yeah.
I'll probably watch the movie first and then.
Great.
Ryan, you've watched the documentary. Do you think I would get a better appreciation for the movie if I watched the documentary first, or
Watch the documentary first.
okay? Will do.
Same
That's
question, but now I'm Devin.
Yeah.
Should I watch
same.
documentary first?
Actually, no. For you, watch the movie first and then watch the documentary.
Okay, got it.
Because you mentioned that like you have a weird history with the show.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing you've seen of Pee-wee. Like that's the only thing you really know of Pee-wee.
I know that, and then I know the movie theater incident, and that's all I know.
Okay, watch the movie and then watch the documentary. Yeah.
Okay, good.
All right. Well, until next time. All next week. I'm going to be practicing for the next week. At my niece's birthday party, I'm just going to be.
No one will get it. She won't get it. Good.
Until next time, for You Have to Watch This Podcast, I'm Alan.
And
I'm Devin.
And we'll see you next time. Great White Buffalo.
Darth Jar Jar is a lie.
Oh, we have to fight about that later.
We will.
When? But when, Ryan? Give me a